Thank you, Angel. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much for having me on.
Good to have you. And I know today we're talking about the importance and the power of storytelling. But before we get into the tips, give us a little background. How did you become the expert and the strategist when it comes to storytelling?
Well, that was a bit of a journey, but I will give you the highlights of it to shorten it down a little bit. Basically, I was in pharmaceuticals for 20 years, and I did very well. Very successful sales person. I won all the awards, the trips, everything that people go into that industry for. Uh, I was completely happy at that stage of my life, and then I got fired. It was shocking. I was really devastated. And I had to make some decisions because in my heart, I did not feel like I could go back to that place, to that industry. I had reached the pinnacle of my career. I was in a position that I wanted to be in. I didn't want to start over. I didn't want to go through, everything that I had done to get to the point where I was. So I made the decision that I was over with pharmaceuticals, done. And what am I going to do now? So here is the time to reinvent myself. Whew, I didn't know where to go, what to do. I spent a lot of time in prayer and meditation and decision making, and I stumbled a lot and I made some different choices. But ultimately, I took the route of wanting to pursue what I have always loved. My lifelong love has been writing. And I've never done it really professionally, other than maybe some position where I incorporated newsletters or blogs, things like that. And I decided I felt like I could do that. So I tiptoed into the arena of content writing, and it was something I could do and do well, and I enjoyed it. And so that was what I was pursuing for a couple of years and gained some clients and good partnerships, and it was going along beautifully. And then I was introduced to someone who kind of lured me into podcasting, and I loved podcasting. There were so many things I loved about it, but um, I think the thing I liked the most was the connection, the one-on-one connection to make with my guests, and the stories that I started to hear, and this, their stories that I wanted to write about because they were great. So these were mostly women, I have to say, just because women tend to be much more open to sharing their stories and to talking about it and being a little bit more vulnerable, talking about how experiences had changed them. But anyway, I was seeing all these great stories. I do believe that the most successful entrepreneurs and business people have stories, they have struggles, they had to learn to cope, they had to learn to navigate difficult obstacles, and there's such a learning process in hearing their stories. And what I learned later was that there is such a healing process for people talking about or sharing, writing their stories. So I knew I had a story, and I toyed with the idea of wanting to write about my story. I felt like I had a very fearless attitude. As a woman over 50, starting all over again, I have a disability. There were things that I knew had some powerful messages behind it. But I also knew, I shouldn't say I knew, I felt like my story wouldn't stand alone. So maybe that was just a little bit of fear creeping in. But since I had interviewed and had so many great guests on this show and knew that there was just a plethora of great stories out there, so I thought, why not do an anthology? Let's get lots of women together and let's talk about a different stories. Let's each do a chapter. And so there was 19 of us total. Uh, I was one of the chapters. I had 18 people that joined in. They all had great stories. There were very different topics. There's different ways that they had dealt with the stories, and but they also had the common thing. The vision was far greater than their fear, and they powered through whatever that was getting in their way, their lemon. So the lemonade stand, so the lemon to lemonade stories, and they're incredible stories. And the women and I bonded so much. And at the time that we published it, I had gone full time with it. It was enough work that I had to let go of some of my clients to one of my strategic partners and focus entirely on the book. And I'm so glad I did, because I was able to put my all into the book, and that's really important when you're writing. You need to market it, you need to get it out in front of people. So that's what I did, and it was well received, very well received, and I had a lot of people that just were very, very excited about it. So I got excited about it. So I rebranded as the Lemonade Legend, and I guess I have to say I kind of fell into it accidentally, because that was never a part of my vision. Yeah, so that part of my messaging is that storytelling, sharing of your story, is so important, both personally and professionally. It's it is putting yourself out there, so people know who you are. Um, and we're at a place where people really want that authentic, raw realness out of people. We come from an era where it used to be you had this persona that you're perfect. You're suited up, your hair is done great. For us women, we had the fancy $300 shoes. And now I think we're seeing a movement to more authenticity. People do business with people they know, like, and trust. And what better way for someone to get to know you, get to like you, and trust you, than for you to be vulnerable and share your story. It doesn't have to be, from a business perspective, it doesn't have to be the deep, dark, traumatic story, or that it can be. I mean, but even if you're just sharing, a piece of yourself, some of what your background and things that you experienced when you were growing up that have affected you now and how you do business. Because that becomes your brand. You are your brand. So people need to understand your brand. And that's why storytelling is so important in business. But it's also about personal growth too, because it's a healing process. It is an opportunity to lift others up, which feels great when you can do that. It makes you relatable. So whether it's in your personal life or professional life, being relatable relatable is really important. It's what attracts people to you, makes them want to get to know you, be friends with you, or do business with you. So at the root of it all, it really is storytelling.